Hello everybody. Today I am scrapping these darling photos of my grandsons and their mommy and daddy. Poor mommy and daddy. Once you have children, that's it. So anyway, I'm going to be using a lot of Ellie Studio pieces on this layout, and I'm kind of playing around because I wanted to use that Thanksgiving acrylic piece. I had gotten that intending to use it on my own Thanksgiving layout, but I took so few pictures of that I didn't have a layout to make for mine. So they were at a different place than I was. So I just thought, well, I'm going to use it on this because there's a perfect spot for it right in the middle of that photo grid that actually, I think my daughter-in-law posted that, if I remember correctly, onto Facebook. And it was so cute, I just had to document that because it's our first Thanksgiving as a family of 4. So I'm going to put that photo block onto that piece of aqua diagonal stripe paper from Ellie Studio. It's from the Sycamore Lane collection, and it's called Running Stitch because there's kind of a little running stitch in the background of it. And I'm going to make a wider border. That mat is going to be a wider border. Just because I'm really only going to use 2 pieces of patterned paper here. That cork background paper is also from Sycamore Lane, and it's called Woven. And right now I'm thinking about using the border strip on it. I don't remember exactly what it said because I'm going to end up taking that off, but it had nice little phrases on it, which you probably can see that I just can't read because my preview screen's a little bit too small to do that. So anyway, I found that die cut there that says the best part, and that die cut is from a Bits and Pieces grab bag that I just bought. So I'm going to just put that on there. I liked the orange with it because it is Thanksgiving. I'm also have that piece that says "This was fun" on it, that box, and that's from the cut apart sheet from Sycamore Lane. That paper is called Memories. And then I have the Happy Thanksgiving banner there. That is actually from a printable from Ellie Studio called Thanksgiving. It's a couple of years old, but I think I just recently bought it. During the Black Friday sale, all the printables were 50% off, and it's a great printable with some fall things and some Thanksgiving things as well. I'm thinking about adding, originally I was thinking about maybe putting that orange polka dot paper on the side there, but now I'm thinking that I might use that in some way to ground my clusters. So I went and got my scallop circle punch. It's a 2-inch punch from EK Success, and I'm going to I'll eventually punch 3 of those circles, but right now 2, because right now I only have 2 clusters. And that orange paper is also from Sycamore Lane, and it's called Feathers. I do have a wood veneer piece on there right now. I have a tab on there that says Family Time, and that is just from the autumn wood veneers that you can get on their website. It's not associated with any collection. They made those this year. And the nice thing about those, I didn't really like them at first because they were thinner, but then I think I was listening to Jen Scow talk about them, and the reason they're thinner is so that you can more easily fit them in pocket pages. They're not quite as, they're not thick, so they're not going to stick up quite as much, and that's why they've made them thinner. You just have to be careful because they are so thin. I'm just going to, put that out there. Now, I do have that little die cut there that says Fave, and that came from the Bits and Pieces grab bag from Black Friday as well. But I liked how it echoed, because I really wanted to use that This Was Fun to get another color in there. The blue and orange are complementary colors, and I really like the pop that adds. So I went through that Bits and Pieces bag and found that. And I am using my Tim Holtz Distress ink there, and I'm trying to remember what color that is. You can probably see it. It's too small for me to read. I can't remember. It's the color I use all the time, and I can't remember. I just realized something, by the way. The Best Part die cut, that orange die cut there, actually is not from the Bits and Pieces grab bag. It's from the Ellie Studio November 2016 kit. I obviously wasn't reading my ingredient sheet very well there. So I do have that kit as well too. But the other two pieces, the fave piece, is from the grab bag piece. Alright, so I'm inking those edges again with my Distress ink. I'm having problems because the pads are not sticking very well anymore to my tool, and I have a ton of the rectangular pad, so I don't want to get rid of it. So what I did is I put some Velcro on it, and I might need to put another piece of Velcro, change out the ones that I had, and put some more on there because it may not, it's getting older. Alright, so I'm kind of gluing that. This was fun down there. I know that I want to get a journaling card in there, and I have that November journaling card. I have the Thankful For journaling card, and I was thinking about using all of those when this whole layout started. That was one of the main things that I wanted to do, was I wanted to use that Thanksgiving acrylic, and then some of those journaling cards, and I end up using none of those pieces, the journaling card pieces. And I think the journaling cards are from the, I didn't write it down, but I think they are from the November kit. So now I'm going and I'm looking at using this. I like this aqua piece because I want that pop of aqua, but I don't like where the white label is sitting. So I'm just going to cut that piece off, and I actually think that it works better in the cluster to the left there anyway once I cut that off. It just, the size just fits better. And now I want to bring some more wood veneer into this other cluster here. So I found that wood veneer there that says Gather Together. It's a label, and I will actually put that on there. I'm just getting that down a little bit just because I haven't actually glued my whole entire cluster down, and when I realized how much it's shifting, I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure that I have the main body of this figured out, so now I can get it down. I love how this cork paper looks behind this. And I do have another sheet of that, so I have another opportunity to use it. And there's the Gather Together die cut. Alright, now I'm thinking about, as I'm doing this, I'm thinking about other textures, like maybe using some enamel dots here. I'm also thinking that I probably want to get some aqua up into that top cluster as well now, because I have such a big piece of aqua there. And so I'm toying with that. And I also went back to the wood veneers there just to see if there was anything else that I wanted to use that was Thanksgiving specific. And I found one, or more Thanksgiving specific, I found one that said thankful. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to use that now on this layout as another just tab here, because, you know, yes, that I can use that word every day, but I just like to use it, thought about during the season, the Thanksgiving season, using this now. And I am scrapbooking this in early December. You won't see this until January, but just because my videos are farther apart, or far enough out, I should say, so that if I don't have time to do in 1 week, it doesn't matter. Now, I went back to the Bits and Pieces grab bag there, and I found another blue piece, because of course now I want to get the blue in there as well, since I have the orange, and that says the fave part of the season. So, you know, I just thought that they're so very family oriented, and so that is their fave part of, you know, spending time together as a family. So I'll ink that piece, and I'm going to ink this other scallop circle here. And I'm even inking these wood veneers a little bit, just to give them a little bit of a darker edge. They have a little bit of a distressed edge, but that really gets them darker, like the dark of what is going on in the rest of the layout. So I'm just kind of making sure that you can see the entire part of that die cut, the whole sentiment, even with the, because it's behind that wood veneer kind of, and it's a little tricky to get those two things together. And so just pull those off and then get them down. together. And again, just making sure that I have it properly placed. I am so much enjoying using LE Studio pattern papers, and even though I think this collection is from last year, it still feels new and fresh to me. And you know, being able to use the pieces and to do a kind of themed layout. You know, I don't always necessarily do that, but in this particular case I'm using lots of thankful and family pieces. Alright, so again I'm thinking about, I want to get some aqua into those clusters because there's not aqua in them, and I pull out these Bella Boulevard hearts, and I'm going to use those. They're from enamel. Their enamel hearts are from the Bella Boulevard Illustrated Faith collection, and it's the Oh My Heavens mix, which is the aqua. So I'm going to use a big one right there, just because if I'm going to put a heart in the other two clusters, I want to put a heart in this one. And I really hadn't used any of these hearts yet off of this sheet, or maybe I used a small one, but I thought, well, let's get some on this paper here, or on this layout here. And I like the, you know, the darker aqua for this particular one. I'm just going to tuck them in so you realize it's a heart, but I ended up having to use a smaller heart there. Alright, so I'm getting more edges down here. And I'm going to do a quick little journaling about how it's my youngest grandson's first Thanksgiving, and how the best part of any holiday is spending it together. They're a happy family of 4 here. Now, what I'm doing is I'm pointing that Thanksgiving out because it's very white. There are white stripes in the background, but I think I need to get a little bit of white into these clusters. So I grabbed my Chalk Studio 2 enamel dots from my Mind's Eye, and I'm just going to put a couple of enamel dots in each cluster, and yay for me, I used the big ones, because so often the biggest size are hard for me to use. They look huge to me. I'm just kind of using my little tweezers there to get them placed into, I can use that, get my hand out of the way, see how it looks, you know, to audition how it looks, and then go forward from there. Alright, and just getting, like I said, I'm using the big ones, I'm tucking them in. I'm going to use almost all of these. I think I have one white and that one kind of khaki colored one, and I didn't have any other places to put that just because I have 3 in each cluster, so I'll just use it on another layout. Need to pull that pack out so that I use it. So anyway, here's the still and detail shots. Hope you are all well, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.